It was a quiet Sunday morning in the countryside town of Windermere. The air smelled of wet soil after a light drizzle, and the birds outside the old manor house had just begun to sing. Inside that house, Eleanor Ward, a 32-year-old art restorer, unpacked her suitcase. She had come from London after receiving an unusual letter, from a man named Henry Collingwood, the caretaker of her late grandmother's estate. The letter said, "Miss Ward, your grandmother left behind something for you, hidden in the East Wing. But be warned, it remembers what you forget." Eleanor thought it was just poetic nonsense. Until she saw the mirror. It stood almost 7 feet tall, framed in black oak wood, its surface slightly tinted with silver veins. But what caught Eleanor's attention wasn't its beauty, it was her reflection. When she looked into the mirror, she didn't see herself standing in the dim light of the manor. She saw herself as a little girl, playing with her grandmother in the garden. She blinked, and the image vanished. Now the reflection was normal. "Old mirrors do strange things," Henry said softly behind her, startling her. "They hold on to light, and sometimes, to memories." That night, Eleanor couldn't sleep. Rain lashed against the windows, and the sound of thunder echoed through the long hallways. She got up, holding a candle, and walked back to the East Wing. The mirror stood there, gleaming faintly in the dark. As she approached it, a strange warmth filled the room. And then, she saw a memory. Her grandmother sitting by the fire, whispering, "Never forget who you are, my darling, even when the world makes you." Eleanor whispered, "Grandma." And for a moment, the reflection smiled back. Then everything went black. The candle flickered out. The next morning, she asked Henry, "What do you know about this mirror?" He sighed. "Your grandmother had it made by a craftsman named Victor Hale. They said he designed mirrors that could absorb reflections, capturing a moment forever." Eleanor frowned. "Like, storing memories?" "Exactly," Henry said. "But after your mother died, your grandmother stopped looking into it. She said, the mirror was starting to show things that never happened." That evening, Eleanor cleaned the dust off the mirror's edges. She found something carved faintly into the wooden frame, to EW, for when the time comes. Her initials. Her heart skipped. She leaned closer, and suddenly, the mirror's surface rippled like water. Inside it, she saw her grandmother, standing in the same room, tears in her eyes. "Eleanor," the reflection spoke, "you must remember the day of the fire." Eleanor froze. "What fire?" "The one you forgot, to protect yourself." Images flashed, smoke, crying, a little girl running. Then she saw her mother, holding her hand, shouting her name. The fire consumed everything. Eleanor gasped and stepped back. Tears rolled down her face. She remembered now, the fire that took her mother's life, and the guilt she had buried deep within her mind. "You were just a child," the reflection whispered. "You couldn't have saved her. But she wanted you to live, and to remember love, not guilt." The mirror glowed softly, showing her mother smiling, holding her as a baby. Warmth spread through the room like sunlight. Eleanor fell to her knees, whispering, "I remember. I remember everything." Then, the reflection faded, leaving only her own tearful face behind. And carved into the glass, she now saw new words appear. "The mirror forgets, once the heart remembers." When morning came, Henry found Eleanor sitting peacefully beside the mirror, a faint smile on her lips. "The mirror stopped reflecting," he said quietly. Eleanor looked at it, the glass now dull and empty, like a pond that had lost its ripples. "It's done its job," she said. "It remembered, until I could." She packed her things and left the old manor, but before leaving, she turned back once more. The sunlight hit the mirror for a brief second. And for just that moment, she saw her grandmother and mother smiling in the reflection. Then they were gone. Sometimes, the past isn't gone, it's just waiting for you to remember it. Healing doesn't come from forgetting. It comes from facing what the heart has hidden away.